Ballad of John and Yoko may sound like an exaggerated rock star adventure, but in reality, nearly everything in it really happened. John wrote the song in Paris after marrying Yoko Ono, turning the previous few weeks into a musical travel diary. Even arranging the wedding had become a minor disaster. Lennon and Ono hoped to marry while crossing the English Channel, then explored getting married in France, but legal requirements kept blocking them. Apple executive Peter Brown finally discovered that they could marry quickly in Gibraltar. They flew there and were married on March 20th, 1969, with Brown serving as Lennon's best man. That is why a Beatles employee suddenly appears by name in the song. He was the man who rescued the whole wedding.
Peter Brown called to say, you can make it okay, you can get married in Gibraltar near Spain.
The honeymoon was even less conventional. After returning to Paris, Lennon and Ono traveled to the Amsterdam Hilton on March 25th and spent a week sitting in bed while reporters visited their room. The Bed-In was meant to redirect the enormous attention surrounding their marriage toward their campaign for peace. When it ended on March 31st, they immediately flew to Vienna, where they promoted Ono's film Rape and held a press conference while hidden inside a large white bag. This was part of their idea called bagism, in which concealing a person's appearance was supposed to prevent people from judging by race, clothing, age, or gender. Even the song's bizarre image of eating chocolate cake inside a bag came from this very real Vienna trip.
Eating chocolate cake in a bag.
Lennon returned to London determined to record the story while it was still fresh. On April 14th, he went to Paul McCartney's nearby home and persuaded him to help make the record immediately. Ringo was away filming The Magic Christian, while George was out of the country. So Lennon and Paul went to Abbey Road without them. John handled the lead vocals and acoustic and electric guitars, and Paul became the rest of the Beatles. He played the drums, the bass, and piano, while also adding harmony vocals and percussion. They recorded 11 takes, completed every overdub, and finished the stereo mix between the afternoon and the late evening of the same day. The two-man session produced one of the funnier surviving moments from the Beatles' final year. While Paul was playing drums, John jokingly addressed him as Ringo and asked him to speed up. Paul answered by pretending Lennon was George. Beneath the joke was something surprisingly sweet. The Beatles were arguing over business decisions and moving closer to breaking apart, yet Lennon still knew exactly whom to visit when he needed a song completed quickly. McCartney, meanwhile, helped build a polished Beatles single devoted almost entirely to Lennon's new life with Ono. The recording became one of the last occasions when Lennon and McCartney worked so closely together in the studio without Harrison or Starr. Lennon knew the song's religious language, which, compared his treatment by the public to a crucifixion, might cause some trouble. Before its release, he warned Apple's promotion staff not to draw advance attention to that section. Some American radio stations still refused to play it, helping limit the single to number 8 in the United States. Britain reacted a little differently. Released on May 30th, 1969, with Harrison's Old Brown Shoe on the other side, it became the first Beatles single issued in stereo in the UK and reached number 1 for 3 weeks. It was their 17th British chart topper and the last during the Beatles' original career. So somehow a hurried diary about failed wedding plans, hotel beds, reporters, and chocolate cake, performed by only half the group, became one of their final number 1 records.